Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. And welcome back, everybody. This is going to be interesting today. I'm looking forward to speaking with her. She's an intimacy coach, and that can mean what you think it means, or it can also mean other things as well. She's somebody that helps move your life forward, especially if you are a man. And this isn't just for men, because women, you're going to pick up on things, what we're going to talk about today as well. Understanding the man, or maybe moving your man's life or helping him move it forward. We're going to talk about boy psychology versus men psychology. Elaine Miles joins us here on the program. How you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you.
Interested to hear what this is going to be. Part of me is a little cautious. Like, I almost don't know if I want to know what this means and how it's defined. The difference between the two, the younger, the older. Where do you want to start?
And it doesn't depend on age. A man in his, into his elder years can still be operating on a boy psychology. I know we didn't get a chance to go through all the energy centers, and we ended on intuition, which is the third eye, and that's where our inner guidance system is. And we pay attention to the subtle thoughts we have, and anything that comes through us that makes us feel motivated in a good way. That would be your intuition, your higher self. Anything that answers a question to a problem, gives you a solution. So it's intuition when you feel some sense of relief from that thought. Like, it's almost like they're answers being provided to you. But it's important that you cultivate some stillness in your life, because if you're always busy and you're always watching entertainment and being distracted, you're not going to have space in your life for that, the wisdom to come forth that wants to come forth, but you just have to give it some space. So I really want to emphasize minimizing distractions. How much information do you really need each day? Do you need to be listening to podcasts constantly when you're driving? Can you drive and pay attention to your breath and some soft music? And then thereby, that's a way of allowing space. And also cautioning about the types of entertainment. And now some of those entertainments will appeal to the boy psychology. And the boy psychology is centered around power over others. So a lot of our culture really does feed only the boy psychology. And that's why it's good to limit those types of forms of entertainment and maybe go for something that has more depth to it. Movies like The Emerald Forest, for example, gives a great example of a boy being initiated into manhood. And many tribal cultures have initiations for boys to go from their boy consciousness to a fully, to their male to the man psychology. So it's a development. And in that movie, the boy has to be killed, says the elder. And so he goes through this rigorous initiation, which are, typical of tribal. And they're even can cause a boy can even die through some of them because they're so intense. But they come away with a new consciousness, a more developed one. So it goes from a scattered self to a consolidated one. It goes from wanting control over others to the power of nurturing and calm and compassion, clarity of focus, and producing, whether it's work or children, a centeredness. So this is, what I wanted to bring this up.
I want to talk about the intuition part, because
Sure.
I'm so on your page with that, and it's taken me some time to really connect with myself. But exactly what you just said a few moments ago, it's a feeling of ease. And I had a decision to make this week. I'm literally today. Not a major decision, but, some plans. But I need to make the right decision. So I sat on this for a few days, and then it came to me, choice B as opposed to choice A. I'm going to go with B. But I feel comfortable, like that's the right choice. Weighing everything out, not overthinking it, but just letting the things go before me, the pros and the cons. And I'm thinking to myself, choice B, that does make sense for these reasons, but I'm comfortable with it. And yes, I went within and thought and blocked things out. And I feel, and I love, Elaine, your feedback on this. When people call it meditation, whatever it is, to go inside and hear what's there. We have the answer to everything inside of us. You just got to listen to it. I usually think about these things before I go to bed. I just lay in bed and I'm like, all right, what do you got? And sometimes I wake up, like today I woke up and not immediately, I didn't open my eyes. Hey, I got the answer. As the morning went on, I was like, that's the answer. Yeah, it's choice B. That's the one. But I think we need to find that time, like set aside that quiet time to listen to ourselves. Yes. What are your thoughts?
Well, that in and of itself is a spiritual practice. You are taking the time to be centered and you're doing it at a time of day when before sleep, which now gives your mind, your consciousness, the opportunity to work for you. And you've told it. You've already said, like you said, the answers are within. What we need to do is to tell ourselves we need these answers, and to just like you do, you remind yourself, hey, where, like in other words, while I'm sleeping, would you please find that for me? So you set the intention. You didn't just beg and say, please, please help me find the answer. That's not what the universe pays attention to.
I've done that before. So, I'm just going to tell you, I'm not opposed to that.
And we all have. We all have. But
Yes.
I have learned that the universe pays attention. We decide. We don't beg because we are all powerful. And so we decide where we need direction, and then we put it out there we put it in there and we go within for example, I've just written a book. So when I finish one of my meditations, one of the things I say to myself, my higher self, I'm enjoying reading to groups and answering questions because now the universe can support that and make it come into in the form. Right now it's in a metaphysical realm because I have that awareness and those thoughts. What I'm working on and that's how intentions work. I used to say I feel good in my body when I was having migraines because saying that was putting it as a reality in the metaphysical realm, which the universe will then support to put it in the realm that we form. This is the world of form. So then the universe, so we are the ones that we are all powerful and tell the God, we don't tell the God part. The God part of us is activated, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah, we just have a camaraderie. We develop a relationship, and that's what you're doing. You've developed a relationship with that part of yourself, and that's really that's how it's done. Just taking some time to be centered, maybe focusing on our breath, and maybe for some you don't have to sit still. You can walking in nature, and just the rhythm of the walking is very soothing for the body. I think it replicates the heartbeat actually.
I never thought of that. Wow.
Yeah. And so And it also works on balancing the right and left hemispheres of the brain. Walking is really very primal to humans, and especially in nature, because then you get the energy of nature supporting you and cleaning out the debris that's in your, energy field. So,
isn't it? We call it grounding.
right. So so get grounded in whatever way that, for me, it's Kundalini yoga in the morning. And so that helps me get grounded, and gratitude, and sometimes driving in the car, gratitude, just paying attention to my breath, that what I'm thankful for driving on the road in a reliable vehicle, thankful for the protection that surrounds me, acknowledging that I'm protected. And then, gratitude before you go to sleep. And then, like you said, put out there what you would like clarity on. Please I need, clarity. Clarity comes to me on this issue. You can, put it in an affirmative statement rather than please, I need clarity, begging. Because then the universe says, oh, so-and-so wants to beg. So, okay, he wants to want. So we'll let him want rather than.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And we forget that. And it's also the language that you use. Like, for example, I think this goes back to our subconscious, but also what we ask of the universe. Like, I try to reframe my language. Like, for example, and it's so simple. We do this all the time. I can't wait for that to happen. I can't wait to go to that restaurant. What are you saying? Wait to go to that restaurant. So
it's very perceptive.
So I try to, and I catch myself. I change it to, I'm looking forward to go to that restaurant. I really am. It's gonna be great food.
And then you can also acknowledge how you feel right in the moment that you're saying it. I'm enjoying these feelings when I think about the restaurant.
I never thought about that. And I want to go maybe a layer deeper here, Elaine.
The real reason I say that is because we don't want to project into the future. We want to be happy every moment. We want to feel good in every moment. So we don't want to say, I'll be happy when I'm at the restaurant. No, we want to say, I feel good having plans.
I do that all the time. And I'm somebody that needs to look forward to things.
Yeah,
things that are floating out there. So in the moment, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm kind of excited. I'm going to do this tomorrow.
Oh,
and then,
sure.
This is on Saturday. I'm looking forward. I'm like excited. Not like my life is only going to be good if that takes place.
Exactly.
Is this
only if I have the new shiny object, then I'll be happy. Yeah.
Is this almost a form of manifestation?
Oh, of course. The law of attraction is, I would suggest to everyone to become familiar with the law of attraction. And just remember that it's not just about saying, I want more money, I want this, I want that, because you're saying want. No, the law of attraction is about deeply knowing that it's a deep knowing, and then it's a stating of intentions, like I just gave the examples of. Yeah. Yes.
Like it's coming my way. Good things are coming my way.
Yes.
I know
my
they
life
are.
is abundant. Abundance is mine. Abundance is mine in all forms.
Yeah.
And then enjoy, good health, enjoy financial freedom. I'm not saying, I'm not a wealthy person, but I'm happy with the ability to pay my bills and go on a trip and, different things. And so, abundance. Right.
Well, okay, let's look at that. There are people that come from a place of lack or believe that they can't have it, abundance, and they don't even know that they're doing it. For example, and this is a friend of mine, wonderful person, single mom, loving, struggles, but gets through. Great connector, has a charity as well. But I know that she comes from a place of lack because I believe her mother instilled in her, like many of our parents did, where, what are you doing? Money doesn't grow on trees. Well, we don't have enough for that. And then her ex-husband, I believe, based on what she said, has done the same thing. So in her mind, she's stuck in that.
Of course. And we are programmed. We are in the matrix. The matrix programming is scarcity. Okay. And we all have to realize that we've been programmed. And we all have to realize that the programming is to divide us and make us feel like a victim and make us feel not enough and make us feel that, like live in scarcity of never having enough. That's the programming.
Why is it that way?
Why is it that way? Well, it's that way because the matrix is designed to control us. It's a boy psychology, if you will. It's not a masculine, a mature. It's not the masculine psychology of compassion and generating life that empowers. No, the matrix is not designed to help us to reinforce personal empowerment. So, but fortunately, we can break out of the matrix and we can recognize where to find the resources that will support us in seeing, oh, that's the matrix program. It's telling me I'll never have enough. But here is outside the matrix, which says you are, you attract, like you decide what your reality is. You have to do some work on this now because you want it. You have to change this programming, and to change the programming, first you have to recognize it, that it's a program. And then you have to consciously say things every day to help you break through. And there are, power of law of attraction, A Course in Miracles. There's a lot, there are supports out there to help you get through the matrix programming, because that's not just one of the programming. There's all of the matrix programming is designed to keep you in your first three chakras, which are survival, right? The first chakra is survival. The second chakra is creativity, but in a very limited sense. So most people don't go beyond their they think sexual gratification. They give that more meaning. Really, creativity, it can be in a higher sense as well. We can create, just creating different problem solving in our lives, being creative in that way, by engaging like you do, engaging your higher self. That's creativity. That's opening the second chakra on a higher level. And then the third chakra is your will, your personal will. Well, the matrix wants you to downgrade that. Doesn't want you to have a strong personal will. So then you get these kinds of messages of lack, and you get you get the people in the matrix will always reinforce the matrix. So if you're going to someone about money situation and they're totally in the matrix, they're going to repeat the mantras of the matrix. Money doesn't grow on trees. Whereas you go out of the matrix and you go to the law of attraction, you get a different message. You want money? Well, it's yours. Just, be clear, be centered, and
be grateful.
Yeah, be grateful.
Because I've often heard too, when you're grateful, the universe rewards you with more, because it's, oh, you like that? Oh, let's give you more of that. I'm grateful for my health. Well, I'm going to give you, more continued health. Before we run out of time, I want to go back to, I think it was the second chakra and sexual energy, and you as an intimacy coach, probably in your wheelhouse, but it's not necessarily what people think. This is what I read even recently, that, when you're involved intimately with someone, it's an exchange of energy, and you use the word creativity. And when you think of it, that's where creation began. It's all there. It's a type of creativity. But a lot of times we don't look at it that way. We look at it more as, gratification. I know we're going a little deep here, but overall, thoughts on that?
Well, sure. Because, this act of sex has been, just like everything else that is empowering, that too has been attacked And so it's presented to us as just a mechanical act when really it's a sacred act. But if you're doing it on the psychology levels of boys and girls, yeah, it's just going to be a very mechanical experience. But if you take the time to develop more, then and have sacred, you can have sacred sex where and the other thing is, don't measure your self-esteem on whether or not you're having sex.
Yeah.
Because, you can, some of the things, the best thing to do is to be abstinent for several years, only so that, you realize that you can be creative in other ways, and you can, you can develop parts of yourself that, you were preoccupied with sex. It took up a lot of time in your life.
Right.
Sex, when you have sex with someone, you take on you absorb DNA, you absorb all kinds of energy.
And their energy. Right. So, we forget about that. We just, many of us, and, it's different in a, certain partnership, marriage, maybe factor that out. But if you're a man or a woman, that's, it's just, you base your self-esteem on it and how often and all of that, and we get caught up in that. I have a friend of mine that he's actually said, I have many opportunities. I'm not. You got out of a relationship. I'm tapping the brakes, right at this moment. Mm-hmm. He goes,
Nothing wrong with that.
And his friends are to say, what are you doing? Like, why not? Like, actually, two friends are saying the same thing. Like, you know what? When it's right, I'm not wasting my time, because they know, or they figured out, that you're putting energy into this. Everything's energy. So you're focusing on this instead of focusing what else could be coming your way in life. I guess that's the boys' mentality, the boys' psychology there.
No, that's the Matrix too.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
But the Matrix supports the boy psychology.
Okay.
That's correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Intriguing. We're just about out of time.
That's probably why they're disseminating tribal cultures around the world, and colonialism into Africa and into India, because these tribes they still know, the real truths and wisdoms, and that's what they value first. So this is an inversion. The Matrix is an inversion of what's really powerful for a human being. We're getting like an opposite. We have to go counterculture if we really are interested in personal awareness and personal development. We have to shut the TV off. I haven't had the news on for 5 years, because it's just a show to me. It's just so obvious to me that it's artificial, and it's there to make me lose my power.
I rarely watch TV of any sorts, and I got into it recently because I caught a virus. First time in decades I had a fever, and so I'm in bed. So all right, let me try. I got hooked a little bit, but I'm over it. Like I like the creativity of certain shows, but I can't even watch. I'd rather just have silence. It's me.
Yeah, it's a lot of mindless chatter.
Yeah,
and drama. And you'd be surprised what gets into your subconscious when you subject yourself to that.
Elaine, I got to tell you, and take away my man card, but I'd be watching some shows and there would be a dramatic situation, and I'm feeling like, whoa, what's going to happen there? I feel bad for him. I don't want to feel that now. I want to be happy. Yeah. I'm an empath, but I don't want to admit that. How do we connect with you? What's the best way if somebody has questions, wants to kind of figure the Matrix situation out?
Yeah, well, I have a blog on my website, which is Soul Tymes, or you can Google my name, Elaine Miles, Miles, and my website, two of my websites. One is for my book, and the other one's for the coaching. My phone number's there, email.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. Wonderful talking with you. Thanks for providing insight on this type of psychology, the Matrix, and manifestation. We talked about a lot here today.
Yeah.
We really did.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. And looking forward next time we get together.
Me too.
Thank you.
Take care.
We'll be right back.
Suffering from ED?
living in a sexless marriage, reeling from religious dogma and sexual shame. None of these are pleasant. There are ways to move beyond such concerns. Hi, my name is Elaine Miles, and I'm an intimacy coach. We can meet virtually with the ease of knowing that privacy is ensured. Visit my website, soultymes.com, or call 267-934-4849. Begin to ease your burden today.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Jason Derulo. I love that music connects to people all over the country. But unfortunately, so does something else. Childhood hunger. 15 million kids struggle with hunger right here in America. And yet, every year, billions of pounds of surplus food in the U.S. go to waste instead of going to the children in need. Feeding America is working to change this. The Feeding America nationwide network of food banks rescues this surplus of food to help provide meals to families in virtually every community in the United States, including yours. But they just can't do this alone. Join me in the fight against hunger in America. For more information on what you can do to get involved, visit feedingamerica.org. That's feedingamerica.org. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America. A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.